you been stuck in a rut lately? Welcome to In the Rut Podcast with your hosts, Josh Merritt and Macy Davenport.
Welcome to the podcast, friends. I want to take a second to introduce myself, and then Josh will get a chance to introduce himself and talk a little bit more about what we are going to be talking to you guys about. So, for those of you who don't know, I am Macy. I am Josh's girlfriend. In addition to that, if you are wondering why I am talking and why I am a part of this podcast, I grew up in the world of ATVs. It's not something that I talk about very often, but I raced ATV motocross for, I want to say, 12 or 13 years. And obviously started out locally. In that time, I had won 4 national championships and earned a Youth Rider of the Year. So it's something that I am very proud of and have a lot of very fond memories of. And since I've been with Josh, I got to experience my first season of GNCC racing and just cross-country racing on an ATV in general this year. And man, was it eye-opening. I earned a lot of immense respect for those who do it. I think it was easy for me to sit back and look at Josh and just say, why just can't you go faster, you know? And once I was actually behind the bars and realized those trees come at you a lot faster than what it looks like being a spectator, just mentally and physically how challenging it is to race at such a high pace. It was so much more than what I had expected. So I'm bringing a little bit of a motocross background, but I'm also new to the sport of cross country. So while Josh has been in cross country for quite a while, I'm able to kind of ask the newbie questions. And for those of you listeners that also have not been in the sport for as long as maybe someone like Josh, hopefully I will be asking the things that you are wanting to hear. So in addition to my ATV background, I am an engineer by trade. I went to school and earned a mechanical degree. I am a plumbing design engineer, and I do retail, a little bit of grocery stores, hospitals, and I work with architects to do those type of designs for utilities like water, sanitary, storm, and gas. So it's definitely different what I do day to day, but it is a lot of fun, and I'm proud to have that job. I worked really hard to get here. So Josh and I actually grew up just about less than 5 minutes from each other when we were kids, but our paths did not fully cross until about 2015. And at that time, I had not long after started college, and he had moved down to South Carolina for a couple of years. And when he had moved back to what we call now home, I was done with school, and we had gotten together, and obviously now we're here. So I'm super thankful. Josh is a great partner, and I'm hoping that this is going to be as good as we are hoping it's going to be for you guys. So some of my hobbies obviously are hanging out with Josh, and a lot of his hobbies have become my hobbies because he makes a lot of things fun in life. So he likes hunting. I recently got into hunting. He likes fishing. I like fishing with him. We have 2 dogs that are like my children. I really like yoga. Josh is not that flexible, so that is one hobby that is just my hobby. So that is who I am. That is why I'm here. I'm really excited for you guys to get to know me, learn more about you guys, and be the voice for all of you that are new to this, might be even just a woman and want some different type of perspective. So with all of that, Josh, let's hear about you and your history.
What is up, everybody? My name is Josh Merritt. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Ohio. I've been racing 4-wheelers since I was 8 years old. I am pro XC1 Pro in GNCC. I also race A-Works and E-Rock, not full time, but I like to hit up the locals. It definitely helps in mid-season. Like Macy said, my hobbies, I love fishing, and I recently, the last couple of years, just got into hunting, and I absolutely love hunting. It's something, I think it's just the nature, being outside, being on a boat, being with one, and I truly think those with that, oh my gosh.
I like to joke and say Josh has a hobby for every season. Obviously racing is year long, but I would say most consistent in the summertime, but then he also goes away in the winters to train. So hunting is in the fall, fishing is the spring, fishing also comes back around in the fall. So yes, Josh has a hobby for every season.
Yeah, I definitely like my hobbies, and I definitely try to go all in because I don't like
Josh
sucking.
is an all or nothing.
Yeah, I don't like sucking at anything. And we actually forgot about this one. Pickleball.
We are the biggest newly active pickleballers. We love to probably this summer we were there 3 or 4 times a week.
3 or 4 times a week. And
minimum.
We came with a group, and
I'm not ashamed to say I got my butt kicked by very many senior citizens. You go there and you have this expectation that you're just like, oh, I'm young, I'm limber, I'm in shape. I'm going to go out there like this is going to be easy work. And then you get worked every single time. So I'm going to just go ahead and throw it out there, totally off the wall. But if you have not played pickleball, you don't know what it is, I'm encouraging you. It's addicting. It's like a hybrid between
tennis and ping pong.
So pickleball, check it out. If this doesn't work out, pickleball podcast, that's what my next route.
I am with Macy. I love pickleball, and the senior citizens normally don't beat up on me, but I can send 1 or 2 to the hospital.
Okay, I will admit Josh is a lot better than I am, but it's nice to learn off of him. Yeah.
Another thing I like to be good at. But other than that, my hobbies, I do own a boat store. Me and my dad opened up his second business, but my first 3 years ago. It is service, winterizing, storage. We sell used boats, that kind of stuff on our local lakes, and it's very exciting. It's very cool working with my dad every single day, and we also have Steve, which is one of our employees. So the 3 of us, we kind of have a system down where I do all the back bending stuff or muscle stuff, and then they do the technical stuff. So it works out great, and we get stuff done, and it's very fun. So I got my hobbies, I got my job, and then I got Macy to come home to. It's a great life right now. My parents, my sister, everybody that helps me in racing. We're definitely at a new place. I got Mark Notman in my corner this year, and I really think coming into 2024, I'm gonna have a lot to talk about. So I'm excited to get this podcast rolling, and what you guys can.
With that, go ahead and just kind of go over what can be expected from this podcast, what we're gonna try and dive into and talk about. And
okay, so what you guys can expect from this podcast is, well, a lot from me and Macy. I want us to get really in depth. Maybe after every single round of the GNCC series this year, I'll go through my race. We can go through her race. She is planning to do a full season coming into 2024. And obviously I'll be in pro. We actually don't know what class Macy's going to race yet. Very exciting times. We're going to see how the off season goes. But one-on-one with pros, I really want to get in depth with that. Like if I can have some other pro riders, even not even pro-am, A, B guys, to see how their races went, just kind of just spread the word of ATV racing and, some of the riders. It's very exciting to hear what happened in someone's race. Hey, this kid had an outstanding ride. How did that happen? Or the kid that's been winning the class, ends up 7th. What what went on. That's what I want to figure out, and that's what I want to be able to tell you guys, the listeners. So a lot of one-on-one. We're also going to go through off-season training, during season training. Levi Cohn at Outlier Performance. I want to get him on the podcast because I think his step-by-step routine through the week has took me to the next level, and a lot of other racers to the next level. I mean, I think he has multiple championships this year, and from youth to pro. I mean,
even
pro-am.
In addition to championships, being able to look at the riders who have worked with Outlier Performance and the improvement that they have made alone, whether they're out there winning championships or not. I think you're a great example of that, looking at your track record from this year and years past, and knowing that Levi was a common denominator for some of your success this year. There were a lot of things at play for your performance this year, but I know that you are happy and willing to say that Levi had a big part of that. So my dad's favorite thing always to say is the cheapest thing you can do in racing is make sure that you are in shape and your body is healthy. So we're excited to talk to Levi.
Yeah, excited to talk to Levi. Excited to talk to, people on Action Off-Road team. Like, that's my team from last year. Going to be on it again in 2024. Mark Notman, I want him on the podcast. I actually already talked to him. The best. And yeah, he's Mark. He knows how to set up a four-wheeler, and I think that also showed us.
You guys might get some secret tips.
Yeah, we're not gonna show him all the secrets or tell him all the secrets, but
maybe just like one or two.
But that's why you guys are listening, because if I can help you guys just a little bit or entertain you for a little bit, that's all I care about. We're not getting anything from this podcast, so we're smiling, we're having fun, we're doing this, and I hope you guys are smiling and enjoying this time.
I definitely will be the one to say that the more time that I spend around Josh, even after years, he's funny. If you guys get half of the enjoyment out of him that I do, I think you'll definitely have a blast with this podcast. And I'm still learning so much. I'm a questions person. So my biggest goal to be a part of this podcast is to ask the questions for newer riders like me, and the questions that you guys might have, and use Josh's experience and knowledge to kind of spread all of his trials and tribulations that he has learned from, where he has failed, so you guys don't necessarily even have to make those mistakes. So I like going into depth. I'm a extreme deep thinker, so I will always be right behind Josh saying, well, why are you doing that? Or why are we going to be doing this? So I'll make sure that all of that gets relayed to you guys and makes hopefully for a great podcast.
Thank you guys for listening to our first podcast, and we hope you enjoy the show.
We have an Instagram. It is at In the Rut Podcast. And if there are any sponsors that would like to reach out and become a part of the show, products that we believe in, we are more than happy to promote and bring to our listeners. We have an email that is intherutpodcast@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. We'll be happy to work out a deal that benefits the both of us and our listeners. So thank you guys. It's really been a privilege to get to introduce myself. I'm excited to hear from you guys. If you have any suggestions or things that you just cannot wait to hear us talk about, we are more than happy to listen to you guys and give you what you want.
Yep. Hit us up on Instagram if you have any questions. And I think that's about it. So I hope you guys are enjoying nature at a high rate of speed. Thanks.